Good day! We are from ALLIYAH National High School. I am LARA VILLAREAL.
I am CARLA VALDEZ. I am SANDARA AMANCIO.
I am JONAS GUTIERREZ. I am KAIZER MANGULABNAN.
I am PATRICIA SAMSON.
I am TERRENCE.
I'm TERRENCE Joshua BIAG.
I'm LAURENCE SORO.
I'm BAYUDAN Jr.
And I'm Albert P. Domingo. We are here to present you a research entitled
Students' Academic Performance, Limited Face-to-Face Classes versus Modular Distance Learning.
Improving student learning outcomes requires a better understanding of motivation and learning strategies.
The sudden shift of traditional face-to-face classes to modular distance learning impacted every student's motivation towards their studies and their academic performances.
According to a study conducted by ARIC in 2019, academic self-efficacy is related to academic motivation and is essential for attaining academic achievement.
The COVID-19 pandemic affecting the educational system of almost 8.5 million Filipino learners who enrolled in both public and private schools.
Modular distance learning is an alternative way of delivering knowledge to the student learning in their own ways using advanced technologies.
Limited face-to-face classes is synchronous learning in a physical classroom. The teachers and students have an interaction while gaining knowledge.
Based on the study of Arias et al. 2018, face-to-face classes is still more beneficial for learners that are not so self-sufficient in working through the class material.
Researchers conducted this study to explore the factors that predict students' performance on modular distance learning after shifting from face-to-face learning.
The primary goal of this study is to understand and compare the students' academic performance during the modular distance learning and after experiencing the limited face-to-face classes.
The researchers expect that this study will serve as key in identifying learners' academic performance in modular distance learning compared to limited face-to-face classes.
Significance of the study. Students. This study will help the students as a guide for comparing their academic performances between the two learning modalities.
To the parents, this study will help parents to be more aware of their children and to assess the impact of these new learning modalities.
Faculty, this can aid in determining the advantages and disadvantages of students in two learning modes using the data from the entire school.
Future researchers will benefit from the notion offered in this research since it will serve as a background knowledge.
The researchers specifically aim to determine the differences in academic performances between the learners of face-to-face classes and modular distance learning. The target respondents of the researchers are from 30 senior high school students of ALLIYAH National High School using the purposive or cluster sampling.
This is the conceptual framework. It shows the IPDB model as the overarching framework of the study. The independent variables of the study includes the demographic profile of the students and the differences, advantages, and disadvantages of modular distance learning and limited face-to-face classes.
Resulting the dependent variable which is the student's academic performance during modular distance learning versus face-to-face classes.
Methods of the study. This research employs a quantitative research design. This method is generally used for collecting information and numerical data for logical, statistical, and unbiased result of the study. The main instrument in this investigation will be a survey questionnaire. Individuals or respondents fill out a structured questionnaire to acquire demographic information.
This study was conducted in the town of ALLIYAH, province of Nueva Philippines. The study was employed in ALLIYAH National High School at Barangay Poblacion East 2, ALLIYAH, Nueva Ecija.
The distribution of respondents' gender are 18 males and 12 females. 22 are grade 12 students and 18 are grade 11 students.
The highest number of frequency from the general average of the student on the first semester is 94.
And the highest number of frequency from the general average of students on third quarter is 95.
The students strongly believe that they are comfortable with written communication. They are also willing to actively communicate with their classmates and instructors. Yet, respondents stated that their academic performance is not better in modular distance learning.
The students strongly believe that they are comfortable with verbal communication. They also prefer to interact with their instructor or teaching assistant. They stated that their academic performance is better in face-to-face learning.
Conclusion. The general average mean of students in the first semester is 92.37 and rises in the third quarter with 93.20 by 0.87. Most of the students can easily understand the topic on face-to-face discussion than in modular learning.
And the students also prefer interacting with their more teacher and instructors. And also, the students also can focus more in their studying inside their classrooms. Lastly, the students' academic performance is better in limited face-to-face learning compared to their academic performance in modular distance learning.
Once again,
students' academic performance, limited face-to-face classes versus modular distance